All right, let's get right into it. Google just dropped a massive, game-changing update for its AI, Gemini. And you know what the best part is? It is completely 100% free. We're going to break down 3 brand new features that are seriously going to change how you work with AI.
So, let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You start a new chat with your AI assistant, and you have to spend the first 5 minutes explaining who you are, what your business does, your tone of voice, all over again. It's like having amnesia every single time, right? So frustrating.
Well, that exact problem, Google just fixed it. They've rolled out 3 huge updates to Gemini that tackle this head-on. And I'm going to say it again, they're available to everyone on the free version. This isn't some small tweak, this is a really big deal.
Okay, first up, let's talk about what I think is the biggest game changer for productivity. It's called the personalization feature, and it is basically the cure for AI amnesia.
So here's how it works. You just flip on the personalization setting, and from that moment on, Gemini starts building a memory. It remembers key details and your preferences from all your chats. It's like finally having an assistant that actually knows you, instead of a stranger you have to reintroduce yourself to every single day. And this really shows the night and day difference. The before is that painful loop of re-explaining everything. The after, you just dive right in. You can ask for ideas, and boom, you get relevant answers immediately because Gemini already knows your context. It's a massive time saver. And the coolest part is that it gets smarter over time. It learns your business model. It picks up on your unique writing style. It understands your goals. It even learns little things, like if you prefer your answers in bullet points or paragraphs. The more you use it, the more it becomes your perfect custom-built business partner, one that never forgets anything.
Okay, but you might be thinking, what about privacy? I don't want it to remember everything. Well, Google thought about that too. That brings us to the second major feature, temporary chat. Think of it as your private AI playground.
Temporary chat is pretty much what it sounds like. It's like an incognito mode for your AI. Any conversation you have in here is not saved. It's not used to train the AI model, and it doesn't mess with your personalization settings. After a bit, it all just disappears. Poof.
This really highlights the control you now have. It's the best of both worlds, right? You've got your main chat, which is your smart assistant that learns and grows with you, and then you have temporary chat for anything sensitive or for wild experiments with absolutely zero long-term impact. You get to choose. And just think about the possibilities here. You could discuss a top-secret project. You could do some deep research on a competitor without having that influence your future AI suggestions. You could even try out a totally different, wacky writing style just to see what happens, without confusing the AI about your main brand voice.
All right, this third update is, well, it's something I don't think anyone really saw coming. It's called Storybook, and trust me, it's a super powerful creative tool that's kind of hiding in plain sight. Get this. With just a single prompt, Storybook can generate a complete story, with both the text and custom illustrations to go along with it. And here's the really wild part. You can upload your own photos, and it'll create a story starring them. You could make a story where your dog is a superhero.
Now, you might be tempted to dismiss this as just a fun little toy, but this quote right here, it absolutely hits the nail on the head. If you look past the name Storybook, you realize what this really is, a lightning-fast content creation engine. The real magic is in how you can use this for your business. A real estate agent could create a little illustrated story about a family finding their perfect home. A fitness coach? You could use a client's before and after photos to create a visual case study of their transformation. This goes way beyond bedtime stories.
Okay, now here is the key insight that I think a lot of people are going to miss. These aren't just 3 separate, random features. They're actually the building blocks for a completely new, much smarter way of working with AI.
Let's just break it down. Personalization? That solves AI amnesia, giving you a long-term assistant. Temporary chat? It solves the problem of privacy and risk, perfect for sensitive tasks. And Storybook? That demolishes content bottlenecks, letting you create rich, illustrated content in minutes. Each one solves a specific problem.
So what does this all mean for you right now? It means Google just handed you a massive competitive edge for free. The only question is, what are you going to do with it? 3 incredibly powerful new tools. And the most remarkable thing is that any other platform would probably put these behind a paywall, but Google is just giving them away.
So please don't just think, oh, that's cool, and then move on. Here's a super simple action plan to start today. 1. Spend a little time training your AI with personalization. 2. The next time you have a sensitive task, use temporary chat. And 3. Use Storybook to create just one piece of content. That's it. It's that simple to get started.
And look, this is the bottom line. We are living through an AI revolution. The businesses that jump on these tools first, the ones that learn how to use them effectively, they're the ones who are going to have an incredible advantage. These new Gemini features give you a chance to be one of them right now.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The tools are here, they are free, and they are incredibly powerful. You can be sure that your competition is going to start using them. The only question left is, will you?